Hello guys, welcome back to Dill's Hobbies. Today we are reviewing The Crow 2024. And the reason I say 2024 is because although it is a story about Eric Draven, I wouldn't technically class it as a remake. It is more of a retelling. There's none of the whole same story as the original. It's not. I can see what the film did bad, because in some areas it needed to, what's the word, like develop more on the new story it was telling, rather than just giving you some of the plot and then letting you figure the rest out for yourself. Like the whole deal with the new bad guy and what his deal was, because he had some, should we say, satanic stuff going on in that. I like the film, I like the violence. The violence was 10 out of 10. I do think they needed to focus more on violence. The film felt very long-winded by the end of it when all the action was going, because the first act was like their love story and building that, but I think they did too much of that and didn't do enough of the violence and the aspect they were trying to tell of the story afterwards. I think I like Purgatory. Purgatory was cool, but it was very underutilized and it just looked like a very small set, just one little area, and then that was it. The final fight, in my opinion, was pretty anticlimactic compared to the fight of the original film. And although I shouldn't compare, like, the fight of the original film was quite a long-winded, cool fight scene, this wasn't really a fight scene. There wasn't a lot of fighting. It was more just a battle of wit in the end, which, after seeing the rest of the film and the stuff that happens, you'd think it'd be a bit more than just the average, oh, this is wit. You've had violence and carnage, but now I'm being smart about how I fight. The Crow isn't really put in danger either, like he is in the original films and the sequels. There's no danger towards the animal, so you feel no danger towards him. They do give him some sort of danger in a different way, but it feels kind of meaningless by the time you get the gist of it, because you're just like, oh well, this isn't what it's like in the other ones. It makes sense, they make it make sense, but you're just like, oh, it's kind of underwhelming. I would say go and see the film and see if you enjoy it, but I can see why it didn't do well. The violence was good, the actors played their parts well, but I feel like there needed to be more lines for the actors in the films. There needed to be more acting, because they didn't really have parts to play. It was just like a visual idea of everything through the film, and it was like a good 40 minutes of the film was like building their relationship and love story, and there wasn't a lot of dialogue, really. There wasn't a lot of... It was like a montage for most of it. Yeah, parts of it don't quite make sense, because you don't really know how long they're in this sort of montage. You'll know what I mean if you see the film, but honestly, I would go and watch it for yourself. Don't go in expecting the story like the original, because it is nothing like it. The original will for always and forever be the greatest version of that story there is, but it's not the same version. It's a completely different one. And I'm just happy to have more stuff in the Crow franchise. I didn't... how do I say it? I didn't expect the film to be good, but I didn't expect the film to be bad with the violence and the choreographed violence that Bill Skarsgård's been producing lately, like Boy Kills World. Great, utterly mayhem-filled, carnage-fueled film. but the Crow's artistic style was awesome. Don't get me wrong. His artistic style as the character of the Crow was awful. The costume, the design, it was just awful. But I don't know. Him in the role with the fighting was top tier. There could have been a fight at the end. That was my main issue. The fight at the end was pretty much like non-existent. Kind of like how recently Deadpool and Wolverine, my only complaint about the film was they teased Sabretooth in the trailer. But then he didn't actually really fight Wolverine, he just... Well, if you've seen the film, you'll know what I mean, but... We wanted Sabretooth versus Wolverine. We kind of wanted a final battle in The Crow. Well, I did. Hello. But... I liked the film. I liked the twist at the end, where he loses... I don't want to spoil it, but yeah. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.